Hey there, folks. Welcome to the inaugural video of the War Pigeons channel, formerly known as Sable Media Guys. I'd like to welcome you guys, and let's go ahead and get into the video. Welcome to War Pigeons. Hey there, folks. War Pigeons here, and welcome to the very first video of the channel rebranding. So today I was notified that, hey, one of my businesses around here needed some repairs done. And not like anything like physically damaged or anything, but more like software repair. And so they called me and said, hey, I got a couple of devices here that need to be fixed. Can you go ahead and take a look at them and we'll pay you for it? Of course, me liking money, I went ahead and accepted. So the first thing I was tasked to fix was definitely unexpected. What we have here is an ROG Ally. And this ROG Ally is a 2023 model. So specifically, on the back here, we have the RC71L. So this one is going to have a 7-inch Full HD display, the AMD Z1, not the Extreme, that's the 2024 version, a 512 gig PCI Gen 4 SSD, 16 gigs of low-profile DDR5 RAM. It is soldered, so it's not upgradable. Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth and USB 3.2, Windows 11 Home, all the fancy stuff. The 40 watt-hour battery. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what the issue with this device is. Obviously it's in pretty good condition. So basically the company that owns this device, they sell devices on payments. They do like a leasing type thing where you pay it off over a certain amount of time. Just, you know, you finance things. You know, I'm not going to go through the box because obviously it's not mine, so I'm just not going to tear that all up. But overall, this looks like it's in pretty good condition. It has a few little scuff marks on there, but nothing a little bit of cleaning can't fix. So let's go ahead and see if it powers on. Or maybe that's the reason why. Oh, it powers on. I was kind of hoping that it wouldn't be super broken and not power on. Ah, that's why. So this device is a recovery device. Obviously, the person couldn't make their payments and defaulted on it. So, well, it looks like they tried to reset it and BitLocker was enabled. So, looks like we're going to have to get around BitLocker. Now what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to boot into the recovery or boot off of a USB of some sort. But looking over this thing, I kind of noticed, because I had the 2024 version of this, and they had a full-size USB Type A. That is definitely not present here. And looks like the memory card is not present in here too. So if that's the case, since there is no USB full-size, I went ahead and got a hub and a dongle. And we're going to go ahead and plug it into there. If I can find the hole. And we're probably going to have to zoom out because I'm going to have to move this forward up here. And grab the old handy dandy ergonomic keyboard. This is a big device, and of course a mouse, but that will be off screen because I'm not adjusting the camera. So we're going to go ahead and plug these into here. Now the problem is if I'm doing this through USB Type-C, I won't be able to charge the device. So I'm hoping there's enough battery. If not, well, I may have killed it even further. So let's see if it... Oh, it went to sleep, so I got to wake it back up again. Or the battery was just dead. Who knows? If we have any... Escape for more recovery options. Preparing BitLocker recovery. Interesting. I'm going to adjust this just a smidge. I can't put in the BitLocker key because there's nothing. Skip this drive. Diagnose your PC recovery environment or reset this PC. We could try resetting this PC but it may not do that because it may have to ask for the BitLocker key. So let's find out. There was a problem resetting this PC. So that's what I thought. So we're gonna go ahead and shut this off. I need to figure out what the boot menu key is for this, but I have a Windows 11 installer plugged in. Oh, apparently all you have to do is just hold the volume down button. So now I just need to find the volume key. Volume down and power. Obviously that was not it. Okay, let's try that again. So we're gonna shut her down. May have to try this several times. It's just gonna go straight into Windows. Nope, it's just gonna go straight into Windows. Enter to continue. More recovery options. I wonder if there's a way I can tell it to go into a BIOS of some sort. So let me see about it. Yeah. Or maybe it might just boot off of the USB-C. Or it might not even do that because it may not even recognize it. So I'm going to power this thing back off again. Alright, now we're in the BIOS. Now let's see what if it will boot into USB. I'm hoping so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. I have a way of getting the NVMe out, clearing it, putting it back in, so that way it'll boot off of a USB. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boot it back into BIOS, make sure that secure boot is on, that security chip, whatever the heck it's called, is enabled. And if that's all enabled, then I will grab one of my modern systems that are able to do the same thing, install that on there, and then we'll go from there. So we'll be back. After what seems like 1,000 years, I finally got it to boot into Windows 11. You want to know what the issue was? I forgot I had a second USB drive that had all of my new builds installed software on here. And my stupid self plugged it in, trying to boot this, trying. To the point where I took this apart, took the NVMe SSD out, put it in one of these PCI Express devices, threw it in one of my other computers, formatted it so it wouldn't try to go to that BitLocker, and this whole dang time I was using the wrong USB. So I just went ahead and just cut to here, and we're going to go ahead and install Windows 11. So English, United States, this is really tiny, so it's going to install Windows 11. I'm going to delete all those files. Yeah, I can't believe I made that mistake. So while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and continue on installing Windows 11. I hope it picks up the disks, because then I'm going to have an issue. Okay, we did pick up the disk. Unallocated 512 gig SSD. Why are there two of them? 3 devices. I don't know. Whatever. I am just going to install it on there. And hopefully we are on our way. I know you're going to delete everything. I already deleted it for you. And there we go. We're off to the races. We'll be back. All right. We are almost there. So we're just waiting for the rest of this to install and get to the home page. Now my plan is once this is done installing, I have all of the drivers that are needed for this. I'm going to install, copy those over from the USB drive, plug those on here, and then I'm going to plug in the power cable into this so that way it doesn't die on me in the middle of doing all this and corrupting and undoing everything I just worked on. I last checked, this battery was at 85%. I don't have very much experience with these, so we're going to do that. And then I have to do the whole stupid Microsoft account and all that junk on there. I have to sign in just to get to the desktop to copy all those over. Once I get signed in on the desktop, copy all the drivers over, plug this in, install all the drivers, I'm going to factory reset this. So when the next person that goes and uses this, all the drivers and everything are already going to be there. Windows will just remove my account on there, and it's like it just came fresh out of the box, ready for the next user. You'll see in a little bit. Okay, a change of plan. I had to install a wireless dongle into this because it didn't pick up the driver for the Wi-Fi. So now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and continue on with the install. Of course, it's going to want to do all the updates right now. So we'll be back when that happens. Now we're finally getting back to the final boot. After this, all the drivers and everything should be installed. So real quick, I'm going to have to enter in my PIN here. And voila. It is now connected via Wi-Fi. I just have it plugged into power. Everything is good to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for reset this PC. Once I do the reset and we get back into everything, all the drivers will be on this device. It'll just remove my main account. That's all that it will remove. So we're going to go ahead and hit reset this PC. Remove everything. It's going to prepare itself. After everything I just went through, I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to do a local install. So it's going to remove my apps, files, reinstall Windows, and that is it. So we're going to go ahead and hit next. Because BitLocker is not enabled. I made sure that this is going to be disabled. And then we go from there. So we're just going to leave her plugged in, let her do her thing. And then we'll come back to when we're back at the Windows 11 setup display again. But this was fun. So technically I didn't have to crack this baby open. I just had to use the right thumb drive. That's what happens when you have multiple of the same. And when you do write on them, they kind of wear out because I use these a lot. So yeah, it's very easy to confuse all of them. It's a pain. All right, we'll see when we get back to the setup. All right, as I said, now we're back at the Windows setup screen, and it is ready for the new owner. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Yeah, it may have been completely random, but I decided I wanted to upload something. And so since I had a job to do, I might as well just do a video on it. And how often do I get my hands on something like this? All right, folks, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful time on YouTube watching other videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it, or subscribe if you have not subscribed. So yeah, subscribe.